Trade Your Way to Financial Freedom by VanKTharp. Book summary in English. Hey PowerBooks crew, are you tired of the endless search for the perfect trading strategy, jumping from one indicator to the next, only to find inconsistent results? What if the real secret to financial freedom through trading isn't about what you trade or even when you enter, but something far more profound about how you think and how you manage risk? Today, we're diving deep into a true game changer, Trade Your Way to Financial Freedom by the legendary VanKTharp. This isn't just another book on trading tactics. Tharp, a true master of trading psychology and system development, revolutionizes how you view the markets and your own role within them. He'll show you that consistent profitability and true financial freedom come from understanding your own psychology, developing robust systems that fit your personality, and most critically, mastering the power of position sizing. Forget chasing elusive entries. Tharp reveals that the real leverage is in managing how much you risk on each trade. Get ready to transform your entire approach to trading, moving beyond mere speculation to becoming a disciplined, systematic wealth creator. We're going to break down the mindset, the methods, and the money management that define champion traders. If you're ready to stop guessing and start building a genuinely profitable trading business, hit that like button, subscribe to PowerBooks if you haven't already, and let's begin. Trade Your Way to Financial Freedom. Part 1. Your Mental Home for Trading. Chapter 1. The Myth of Great Trading. In this foundational first chapter, The Myth of Great Trading, VanKTharp immediately sets out to dismantle popular misconceptions that consistently lead aspiring traders to failure. He challenges the widely held belief that trading success hinges on finding a holy grail, a perfect entry signal, an infallible indicator, or a secret charting technique. Tharp argues that most traders are fixated on precise entry and exit points, mistakenly believing these are the primary drivers of profitability, when in reality, they contribute a surprisingly small percentage to long-term success. Tharp forcefully posits that the real determinants of consistent trading profitability are fundamentally different. He introduces the core pillars of his methodology. 1. The trader's psychology, their beliefs, mindset, and emotional control. 2. Money management, specifically position sizing, which he will later reveal as the most critical factor. And 3. Having a system with a positive expectancy, a mathematical edge. He often alludes to disheartening statistics, like the common 90-90-90 rule. 90% of new traders lose 90% of their money in 90 days, to underscore that the conventional approach is largely ineffective. The chapter serves as a crucial wake-up call, urging readers to abandon the futile search for perfect predictions and instead adopt a disciplined, systematic, and self-aware approach to trading as a serious business, not a casual hobby or a get-rich-quick scheme. Key takeaways. 1. Debunking the Holy Grail. Tharp challenges the common misconception that trading success comes from finding a perfect entry or infallible indicator, calling it a myth. 2. Misplaced focus on entries exits. He argues that most traders' excessive focus on precise entry and exit signals is misguided and not the primary driver of profitability. 3. True pillars of success. The chapter introduces psychology, money management, position sizing, and a system with positive expectancy as the actual vital components of consistent trading success. 4. Trading as a business. It emphasizes that successful trading requires a serious, disciplined, and systematic business approach, rather than treating it as gambling or a shortcut to wealth. Chapter 2. The Independent Trader. In this chapter, VanKTharp shifts focus from debunking myths to outlining the crucial characteristics and mindset required for individual success in the markets. He asserts that to achieve financial freedom through trading, one must cultivate a mindset of independence and self-reliance, rejecting the common tendency to seek outside gurus, perfect signals, or to blame external factors for poor results. Tharp emphasizes that genuine trading mastery stems from personal responsibility and the development of one's own unique approach, rather than blindly following others. The chapter delves into the importance of self-awareness and understanding one's own beliefs, biases, and psychological makeup. Tharp argues that every trader brings a unique mental home to the markets, shaped by their experiences and personality, and that this internal landscape profoundly influences their trading decisions. He encourages readers to engage in deep introspection to identify their strengths, weaknesses, and any limiting beliefs that might hinder their performance. By taking full ownership of their thoughts, actions, and results, traders can move away from a victim mentality and towards becoming proactive designers of their own trading destiny. This chapter serves as a call to action for traders to become their own most valuable asset, developing the internal resilience and independent thinking necessary to thrive amidst market uncertainty. 1. Self-reliance is key. Tharp stresses that successful traders must cultivate independence and take full personal responsibility for their results, rather than relying on external signals or gurus. 2. Importance of self-awareness. The chapter highlights the need for deep introspection to understand one's own unique beliefs, biases, and psychological traits that impact trading decisions. 3. Trading is an inside job. It emphasizes that true trading mastery comes from within, by consciously shaping one's mental home to support disciplined and effective decision-making. 4. Proactive ownership. The core message is to move beyond blaming external factors and proactively design one's own trading approach based on self-knowledge and personal responsibility. Chapter 3. The Holy Grail of Trading. In Chapter 3, The Holy Grail of Trading, VanKTharp delivers a pivotal revelation, asserting that the true Holy Grail of consistent profitability in trading is not a mystical entry signal or predictive indicator, but rather the strategic combination of a trading system with a positive expectancy coupled with superior position sizing, money management. He systematically debunks the common myth that success lies in identifying perfect entries or exits, arguing that such a pursuit is futile and distracts from the real drivers of long-term wealth. Tharp introduces the crucial concept of expectancy, which quantifies the average amount a system can expect to win or lose per dollar risked over a series of trades. A positive expectancy, he explains, means that over time the system will generate profits. However, the true leverage comes from position sizing, which he declares is the single most important factor determining a trader's results. This refers to how much one trades, e.g., number of shares or contracts, directly impacting risk and potential reward. He introduces the R multiple concept, where 1R represents the initial risk on any given trade, your maximum potential loss if your stop loss is hit. All profits and losses are then measured as multiples of this initial risk, e.g., a 2R win means you made twice your initial risk. Tharp reveals that by mastering expectancy and position sizing, traders can achieve consistent returns regardless of their winning percentage, fundamentally shifting the focus from prediction to systematic risk management and the careful design of their overall trading business. Key takeaways. 1. The true Holy Grail. Tharp defines the real Holy Grail of trading as the combination of a system with positive expectancy and effective position sizing, not perfect entry-exit signals. Expectancy is key. The chapter introduces expectancy as a critical metric for evaluating a trading system's long-term profitability by calculating its average return per dollar risked. 3. Position sizing is paramount. Tharp asserts that how much you trade, position sizing, is the most powerful determinant of returns, allowing traders to control risk and amplify profitability. 4. The R multiple concept. It introduces the R, risk unit, as a standardized way to measure and manage risk per trade, enabling consistent evaluation of performance and strategic scaling. Part 2. Preparing for Success. Chapter 4. The Mental Side of Trading. In this chapter, The Mental Side of Trading, VanKTharp shifts focus squarely to the psychological realm, asserting that trading is 80% psychology and only 20% mechanics. He argues that even the best trading system will fail if the trader lacks the mental discipline, emotional control, and self-awareness necessary to execute it consistently. Tharp emphasizes that traders bring their entire belief system, biases, and emotional baggage to the markets, and these internal factors are far more influential on results than any external market condition. Tharp introduces the concept that our beliefs create our reality. If a trader believes the market is random or that they are destined to lose, their subconscious will find ways to manifest that belief. He encourages readers to identify and transform limiting beliefs that sabotage their trading performance, replacing them with empowering ones that support consistent profitability. The chapter delves into common psychological traps such as fear of loss, greed, revenge trading, and overconfidence, explaining how these emotions lead to irrational decisions and deviation from a sound trading plan. Tharp suggests practical techniques for mental preparation, including self-analysis, goal setting, and developing a clear understanding of one's own internal rules for trading. Ultimately, this chapter serves as a powerful reminder that mastery of self is paramount to mastery of the markets, and that consistent success begins with cultivating a robust and disciplined mental approach. Key takeaways. 1. Psychology dominates. Tharp asserts that trading success is predominantly 80% determined by the trader's psychology, with mechanics being a smaller factor. 2. Beliefs create reality. The chapter highlights that a trader's internal beliefs about themselves and the market directly shape their trading outcomes. 3. Common psychological traps. It identifies and explains how emotions like fear, greed, and overconfidence lead to irrational trading decisions and losses. 4. Self-mastery is key. The core message is that cultivating mental discipline, emotional control, and self-awareness is essential for consistent execution and long-term trading success. Chapter 5. The Traits of a Successful Trader. In this chapter, The Traits of a Successful Trader, VanKTharp moves beyond general psychological principles to pinpoint the specific mental and behavioral characteristics that consistently differentiate winning traders from losing ones. He firmly states that superior intelligence or extensive market knowledge are less crucial than cultivating a particular set of psychological traits. Tharp emphasizes that these traits are not innate, but can be consciously developed and strengthened through focused effort, self-awareness, and consistent practice. The chapter details several key attributes essential for success. These include self-discipline, the unwavering commitment to follow one's trading plan regardless of emotional impulses; objectivity, the ability to view market data without personal bias or hope; flexibility, the willingness to adapt one's strategy as market conditions change; and a profound sense of personal responsibility, accepting all outcomes as a direct result of one's own decisions. Tharp also highlights the importance of patience, waiting for high-probability setups, and the acceptance of losses as an inevitable unemotional cost of doing business. By focusing on cultivating these internal qualities, such as a healthy self-esteem, a positive expectancy mindset, and the capacity for continuous learning, traders can build the psychological resilience and consistency required to execute their systems effectively and achieve long-term profitability. Key takeaways. 1. Specific qualities over IQ. Tharp asserts that particular psychological and behavioral traits are more critical for trading success than high intelligence or extensive market knowledge. 2. Developable traits. The chapter emphasizes that these crucial traits, e.g., self-discipline, objectivity, flexibility, patience, responsibility, can be learned and cultivated through conscious effort. 3. Acceptance of losses. It highlights the importance of emotionally accepting losses as an inherent part of trading, rather than allowing them to lead to impulsive or revenge trading. 4. Internal foundation for success. The core message is that building a strong internal psychological foundation, marked by these specific traits, is paramount for consistent execution and long-term trading profitability. Chapter 6. Setting Your Objectives. In this chapter, Setting Your Objectives, VanKTharp shifts from internal psychological preparation to the critical external step of defining what you actually want to achieve through trading. He argues that most traders fail because they lack clear, specific, and measurable objectives. Without a well-defined destination, it's impossible to create an effective roadmap or even know if you're making progress. Tharp emphasizes that your trading goals must be deeply personal and aligned with your overall life aspirations, ensuring you have the necessary motivation and commitment to pursue them. Tharp guides the reader through a process of articulating various types of objectives, including initial wealth goals, monthly income targets, and even desired lifestyle outcomes. He stresses the importance of making these objectives precise, e.g., $100,000 by December 31st rather than a lot of money. Crucially, he links these financial objectives back to your personal beliefs and values, asserting that incongruence between your goals and your underlying beliefs can lead to self-sabotage. For example, if you subconsciously believe wealth is bad, you'll struggle to achieve it. The chapter also introduces the concept of Tharp's 6 steps to developing your objectives, which typically involves identifying wants, understanding motives, setting clear parameters, and writing them down. By meticulously defining your objectives, you create a powerful magnetic force that helps attract the necessary actions, strategies, and resources, providing a clear purpose for your entire trading endeavor. Key takeaways. 1. Clarity is paramount. Tharp stresses that clear, specific, and measurable trading objectives are essential for success. Vague goals lead to unfocused effort and failure. 2. Personal alignment. The chapter highlights the importance of aligning trading objectives with your personal values and life aspirations to ensure deep motivation and prevent self-sabotage. 3. Beyond just money. While financial objectives should be tied to desired outcomes like lifestyle, security, or giving back, making them more meaningful. 4. Objectives drive strategy. The core message is that well-defined objectives provide the necessary purpose and direction, enabling you to design effective trading systems and strategies to achieve them. Part 3. The core of your system. Chapter 7. The systems approach to trading. In this chapter, The Systems Approach to Trading, VanKTharp transitions from psychological preparation to the concrete framework necessary for consistent profitability, developing and adhering to a comprehensive trading system. He adamantly argues that a disciplined, rule-based system is the only reliable path to long-term success, effectively removing emotion, impulsivity, and guesswork from the trading process. Without a clear system, Tharp warns, trading inevitably devolves into speculation or gambling, leading to inconsistent results and eventual losses. Tharp defines a complete trading system as far more than just entry signals. It encompasses a set of objective rules that dictate every aspect of a trade. He breaks down the essential components, which typically include market type filters, identifying prevailing conditions, precise setup criteria, clear entry rules, a defined initial stop loss, determining your 1R risk, specific profit-taking strategies, and most crucially, position sizing rules. He emphasizes that a well-designed system allows for repeatable actions, objective performance analysis, and the vital ability to withstand emotional pressures that often derail discretionary traders. While acknowledging that systems must be rigorously tested for positive expectancy, Tharp equally stresses that a system must ultimately fit the individual trader's personality, beliefs, and risk tolerance. A system, no matter how robust, will fail if the trader cannot consistently execute it because it feels incongruent with their mental home. This chapter serves as the blueprint for building a structured, disciplined trading business. Key takeaways. 1. System is essential. Tharp asserts that a disciplined, rule-based trading system is indispensable for consistent profitability, as it eliminates emotional and impulsive decision-making. 2. Comprehensive components. A complete system encompasses market filters, setups, entry rules, initial stops, profit-taking, and crucially, position sizing. 3. Eliminating emotion. The primary benefit of a system is its ability to remove human biases and emotional interference, which are major causes of trading losses. 4. System must fit you. The core message emphasizes that a system must be personally compatible with the trader's beliefs, personality, and risk tolerance for consistent execution and long-term success. Chapter 8. Concepts that underlie all great trading systems. In this chapter, Concepts that underlie all great trading systems, VanKTharp moves beyond the mechanics of a system to explore the fundamental, often unseen principles that contribute to its success. He argues that while surface-level strategies may differ, all truly great trading systems are built upon a set of universal concepts that enable them to generate profits consistently. Tharp emphasizes that understanding these underlying principles is far more valuable than simply copying someone else's trading rules, as it allows traders to design and adapt systems that genuinely work. One of the central concepts discussed is expectancy, which Tharp earlier introduced as the mathematical edge of a system, average profit or loss per dollar risked. He reiterates that a system must have a positive expectancy over a series of trades to be profitable in the long run. The chapter also delves into the importance of Tharp's objectives, reinforcing that a system's design should directly support the trader's personal financial goals. Furthermore, Tharp highlights the critical role of market type analysis. Understanding whether the market is trending up or down, consolidating sideways, or exhibiting high volatility allows a trader to apply the most appropriate system for current conditions. He explains that no single system works well in all market types, and great traders have the conceptual understanding to either switch systems or remain out of the market when their system's conditions aren't met. Ultimately, this chapter provides a deeper conceptual toolkit, enabling traders to not just build a system, but to understand why and how it functions effectively under various market dynamics. 1. Universal underlying principles. Tharp asserts that great trading systems share common conceptual foundations, which are more important to understand than specific tactical rules. 2. Expectancy is core. The chapter reiterates that a positive mathematical expectancy, average profit per dollar risked, is a non-negotiable prerequisite for any long-term profitable system. 3. Market type awareness. It stresses the importance of analyzing market types, trending, sideways, volatile, to apply systems suited to current conditions, as no single system works universally. 4. Objectives-driven design. The core message emphasizes that effective trading systems are designed with clear personal objectives in mind, ensuring they align with the trader's financial goals. Part 3. The core of your system. Chapter 9. Selecting a trading system. In this chapter, Selecting a Trading System, VanKTharp guides the reader through the crucial process of choosing or developing a trading system that not only has a positive expectancy, but also harmonizes deeply with the individual trader's personality, beliefs, and objectives. He emphasizes that simply copying a successful system from someone else is a recipe for failure, as a system that doesn't fit a trader's unique psychological makeup will inevitably be violated or abandoned during real market conditions. The most powerful system, Tharp argues, is one you implicitly trust and can execute consistently without emotional interference. Tharp provides practical criteria for evaluating potential systems, moving beyond just raw win rates to focus on more meaningful metrics like expectancy, R multiple, and the system's performance across various market types. He stresses the importance of understanding the objective rules that govern a system's setups, entries, initial stops, and profit-taking, ensuring that these rules can be followed without discretion. Crucially, the chapter underscores that the process of selecting or developing a system is highly personal. It involves deep self-assessment of your risk tolerance, time availability, psychological strengths and weaknesses, and alignment with your financial objectives. By carefully choosing or building a system that feels natural and trustworthy, traders can avoid the mental struggle and self-sabotage that often plague those using incompatible methods, thereby increasing their chances of consistent execution and long-term success. Key takeaways. 1. Personal fit is paramount. Tharp stresses that the most effective trading system is one that aligns perfectly with your individual personality, beliefs, and risk tolerance, not one blindly copied from others. 2. Trust and consistency. The chapter emphasizes that a system's success hinges on your ability to trust it and execute its objective rules consistently, free from emotional interference. 3. Beyond win rate. It guides traders to evaluate systems using more robust metrics like expectancy, R multiple, and performance across different market types, rather than just superficial win-loss percentages. 4. Self-assessment for selection. The core message is that choosing the right system requires deep self-awareness, understanding your own psychological makeup, and how it interacts with the system's demands. Part 4. Knowing when to buy and sell. Chapter 10. The Art of Entry. In this chapter, The Art of Entry, VanKTharp addresses one of the most obsessive aspects of trading for many individuals, the entry point. However, consistent with his overarching philosophy, he immediately clarifies that the entry itself is the least important component of a complete trading system, ranking far below position sizing and exit strategies in terms of impact on long-term profitability. Tharp argues that while a defined entry rule is necessary, its primary function is not to predict market direction, but rather to establish a precise initial risk point, your 1R, and to trigger the mechanical execution of your trading plan. Tharp stresses that there is no perfect entry that guarantees a win, and the pursuit of such an elusive ideal is a common trap for losing traders. Instead, he advocates for simple, objective, and clearly defined entry rules that can be consistently applied without emotional hesitation. He might briefly touch upon various categories of entries, such as breakout, retracement, or trend following, but the emphasis remains on their role within a larger systematic framework. The true art of entry, as Tharp defines it, lies in its integration into a system that has a positive expectancy, allowing a trader to enter trades that, over a statistically significant sample, provide a positive return relative to the risk taken. This chapter thus reframes entry from a predictive endeavor to a crucial yet secondary element in a robust risk management and system execution strategy. Key takeaways. 1. Entry is secondary. Tharp argues that the entry point is the least important component of a trading system, subordinate to position sizing and exit strategies for long-term success. 2. Entry defines risk. The primary purpose of an entry rule is to precisely define the initial stop-loss level, thereby establishing the fixed 1R risk unit for the trade. 3. Simplicity and objectivity. The chapter advocates for simple, clear, and objective entry rules to minimize emotional interference and ensure consistent mechanical execution. Contextual importance. The art of entry is about consistently executing a defined entry within the context of a complete system that has a positive expectancy, rather than seeking a predictive, perfect entry. Chapter 11. The Psychology of Objectives and Exits. In this chapter, The Psychology of Objectives and Exits, VanKTharp shifts the focus from merely entering a trade to the crucial, yet often mishandled aspects of managing it once it's active, knowing when and how to exit, both for losses and for profits. He argues that exit strategies, particularly initial stops and profit-taking mechanisms, are far more critical to long-term profitability than entry points. Most traders struggle with exits because their psychology, fear and greed, interferes, causing them to hold losing trades too long and cut winning trades too short. Tharp stresses that every trade must have a predefined initial stop loss. This stop defines your 1R, your maximum risk per trade, and is non-negotiable. He emphasizes that accepting this initial risk and consistently adhering to the stop is fundamental to managing losses and protecting capital. For profit-taking, Tharp introduces the idea of R multiples as a primary objective. Instead of aiming for a fixed dollar amount or percentage, traders should target a profit objective of, say, 2R, 3R, or more, meaning twice, 3 times, or more than their initial risk. This approach systematically scales profits relative to risk, aligning with the concept of positive expectancy. The chapter delves into the psychological challenges associated with profit-taking, such as the fear of giving back open profits versus the greed of wanting more. Tharp advocates for objective exit rules, e.g. trailing stops, price targets based on system logic, that minimize emotional interference, enabling traders to consistently capture profits and cut losses, ultimately aligning their trading behavior with their overarching financial objectives. Key takeaways. 1. Exits are paramount. Tharp asserts that proper exit strategies, both for losses and profits, are significantly more important than entry points for achieving consistent long-term profitability. Mandatory initial stops. Every trade must have a predefined initial stop loss to limit risk and define the 1R unit, which must be adhered to without emotional hesitation. R multiple profit objectives. Traders should focus on R multiple objectives for profit-taking, e.g. aiming for 2R or 3R wins, to systematically scale rewards relative to risk. Psychology of exits. The chapter highlights how common emotions like fear of loss and greed interfere with effective exit management, and advocates for objective, rule-based exits to counter these psychological biases. Part 5. Position Sizing Strategies. Chapter 12. The Key to Consistent Returns. In this pivotal chapter, The Key to Consistent Returns, VanKTharp unveils what he considers to be the most crucial factor in achieving consistent trading profitability: position sizing. While entries, exits, and system expectancy are important, Tharp emphatically states that how much you trade, i.e., the number of shares, contracts, or units you take on a given trade, is the single most powerful determinant of your overall returns and the ultimate key to consistent wealth accumulation. He argues that even a system with a relatively low win rate can generate substantial profits if combined with superior position sizing, whereas a system with a high win rate can lead to ruin without it. Tharp reiterates and expands upon the R multiple concept, where R represents your initial risk per trade, the amount you stand to lose if your stop loss is hit. He demonstrates that by focusing on producing positive R multiples, e.g. aiming for 2R, 3R, or 10R wins, and managing your total risk in terms of R units, you gain unprecedented control over your equity curve. The chapter explains that position sizing is the only element of your trading system that you can truly manipulate to achieve specific financial objectives. For example, by adjusting your position size, you can aim for aggressive growth, conservative preservation of capital, or consistent income. Tharp stresses that without a clear understanding and disciplined application of position sizing, traders are simply gambling, regardless of how good their entry signals are. This chapter fundamentally shifts the reader's focus from trying to be right on every trade to systematically managing risk and optimizing returns over a series of trades. Key takeaways. 1. Position sizing is paramount. Tharp definitively states that position sizing, how much you trade, is the single most important factor for consistent trading profitability, outweighing entries, exits, or even high win rates. 2. Control over equity curve. The chapter highlights that position sizing gives you direct control over your financial results, allowing you to achieve specific objectives, e.g. aggressive growth, capital preservation. 3. R multiple focus. It reinforces the importance of using R multiples, returns expressed as multiples of initial risk, as the primary metric for evaluating trades and sizing positions effectively. 4. Beyond prediction to management. The core message shifts the trading paradigm from trying to predict market movements to systematically managing risk and optimizing returns through disciplined position sizing. Chapter 13. Position Sizing and Your Objectives. In this chapter, Position Sizing and Your Objectives, VanKTharp intricately links the most powerful component of a trading system, position sizing, directly to a trader's personal financial goals. Building on the previous chapter's assertion that position sizing is the key to consistent returns, Tharp now demonstrates how to design a position sizing strategy that specifically targets your unique objectives, whether those involve aggressive growth, steady income, or conservative capital preservation. He emphasizes that a one-size-fits-all approach to position sizing is ineffective, as it must be tailor-made to align with your desired outcome and risk tolerance. Tharp introduces various position sizing models. Though he may not detail every single one in this chapter, he sets the stage for their purpose, explaining how each model has a distinct impact on a trader's equity curve and risk of ruin. He stresses that the objective dictates the model. For example, a trader aiming for rapid wealth accumulation might use a more aggressive model that risks a larger percentage of capital per trade, while someone focused on capital preservation would employ a much more conservative approach. The chapter also reinforces the crucial concept of risk of ruin, highlighting that even with a positive expectancy system, improper position sizing can lead to devastating losses. By clearly defining your objectives, as discussed in Chapter 6, and then carefully selecting and implementing a position sizing strategy that supports them, traders can move from haphazard trading to a disciplined, goal-oriented business, ensuring their actions consistently move them closer to their desired financial freedom. Key takeaways. 1. Objectives. Drive sizing. Tharp stresses that position sizing must be explicitly designed to achieve your specific financial objectives, whether aggressive growth, income, or capital preservation. 2. Tailored approach. The chapter emphasizes that there's no universal best position sizing strategy. It must be personalized to your unique goals and risk tolerance. 3. Position sizing models. It introduces the idea of various position sizing models, each with different implications for your equity curve and overall risk. 4. Controlling risk of ruin. The core message highlights that proper position sizing is crucial for managing your risk of ruin, even with a profitable system, ensuring longevity in the markets. Chapter 14. How big should you trade? In this practical and critical chapter, How Big Should You Trade?, VanKTharp provides the detailed mechanics for implementing the single most important component of a trading system, position sizing. Building directly on the concepts from previous chapters, Tharp transitions from why position sizing is crucial to how to precisely calculate the number of shares, contracts, or units to trade on any given setup. The core objective is to ensure that the actual dollar amount risked on a trade, your 1R, remains consistent and aligned with your overall risk tolerance and financial objectives, regardless of the instrument's volatility or price. Tharp explains the straightforward calculation process. Once you've defined your initial stop loss for a trade, which determines your R value in dollar terms, and you've decided on your permissible risk per trade, e.g. 1% or 2% of your total trading capital, you can easily determine your position size. For example, if your 1R is $200 and your stop is $2 away per share, you would trade 100 shares. He demonstrates how this approach forces traders to adapt their unit size to the volatility of the instrument. Highly volatile assets will require smaller unit positions to maintain the same dollar risk, while less volatile ones allow for larger unit positions. This disciplined method directly addresses common trading pitfalls like over-leveraging on a single trade or undertrading relative to one's potential. By providing clear, actionable formulas and reinforcing the psychological benefits of controlled risk, this chapter empowers traders to systematically manage their exposure, reduce anxiety, and align every trade with their long-term equity growth targets. Key takeaways. 1. Precise unit calculation. Tharp provides practical methods for calculating the exact number of shares units to trade based on your total capital, defined risk per trade, and the instrument's specific stop loss. 2. Adapting to volatility. The chapter explains how to adjust position size based on the volatility of the asset, ensuring a consistent dollar risk 1R regardless of price swings. 3. Controlling exposure. It teaches how systematic position sizing prevents overtrading or undertrading, helping traders maintain optimal exposure relative to their capital. 4. Psychological benefits. The core message includes the benefit of reduced trading anxiety and enhanced discipline that comes from knowing your risk is precisely controlled on every single trade. Part 6. Putting it all together. Chapter 15. Developing a business plan. In this crucial chapter, Developing a Business Plan, VanKTharp synthesizes all the preceding principles by firmly asserting that successful trading must be approached as a serious, professional business, not a mere hobby or a source of entertainment. He argues that just as any successful enterprise requires a comprehensive business plan, so too does a trading venture. This structured approach, Tharp explains, is essential for maintaining discipline, objectivity, and consistency, all of which are vital for long-term profitability and true financial freedom. Tharp outlines the key components that every trader's business plan should meticulously detail. These include a clear statement of your trading objectives, linking back to Chapter 6, a thorough description of your trading system, covering setups, entries, and exits from Chapter 7-11, your precise position sizing strategy, drawing from Chapters 12-14, and a detailed outline of your psychological preparation and methods for self-management from Chapters 4-5. Furthermore, he stresses the importance of including sections on risk management, record keeping, and performance evaluation for continuous improvement, and even contingency plans for dealing with adverse market conditions or drawdowns. By formalizing every aspect of your trading operation into a written plan, you transform what might otherwise be an impulsive activity into a deliberate, measurable, and adaptable business. This systematic framework serves as your roadmap, your commitment device, and your ultimate guide for consistent professional trading behavior. Key takeaways. 1. Trading as a business. Tharp unequivocally states that consistent success requires treating trading as a professional business with a formal, detailed plan. 2. Comprehensive plan components. The chapter outlines essential elements for a trading business plan, including objectives, system rules, position sizing, psychological strategies, and risk management. 3. Discipline and objectivity. A written plan fosters discipline, removes emotional interference, and provides a clear framework for objective decision-making and performance evaluation. 4. Roadmap for success. The core message emphasizes that a well-developed business plan is a living guide that formalizes your entire trading approach, leading to more consistent and professional results. Chapter 16, The Secret to Longevity. In this concluding chapter, The Secret to Longevity, VanKTharp synthesizes the entire philosophy of trade your way to financial freedom, emphasizing that the ultimate goal for any serious trader is sustained survival and consistent profitability over the long haul. He makes it clear that fleeting success means little if one cannot endure the inevitable market challenges and continue to thrive for decades. Tharp asserts that longevity in the markets is paramount, arguing that without the ability to protect capital and stay in the game, the pursuit of profits becomes meaningless. Tharp reiterates that the true secret to this longevity lies in the consistent and integrated application of all the principles discussed throughout the book. He circles back to the core importance of mastering position sizing, reaffirming its role not just as the key to consistent returns, but as the ultimate protector of capital, ensuring a trader can survive drawdowns and capitalize on future opportunities. The chapter stresses the absolute necessity of continuous self-improvement and adaptation. Markets are constantly evolving, and traders must continually refine their systems, enhance their psychological resilience, and learn from every experience. Tharp underscores that trading mastery is a lifelong journey requiring unwavering discipline, profound self-awareness, and a commitment to treating trading as a serious, meticulously planned business. Ultimately, the secret to longevity is revealed as the disciplined integration of a sound mental approach, a robust trading system, and superior money management, all working in harmony to ensure sustained presence and prosperity in the volatile world of trading. Key takeaways. 1. Survival is paramount. Tharp stresses that the primary goal for any trader must be longevity and capital preservation, as without capital, profitability becomes impossible. 2. Integrated application. The chapter emphasizes that long-term success stems from the consistent, integrated application of all the book's principles, from psychology to system development and position sizing. 3. Position sizing for longevity. It reaffirms that mastering position sizing, how much you trade, is the ultimate secret to surviving market volatility and ensuring continuous participation. 4. Continuous adaptation. The core message highlights the necessity of continuous learning, adaptation, and self-improvement in an ever-evolving market to maintain an edge and ensure long-term presence. Trade your way to financial freedom. Epilogue. In the epilogue of Trade Your Way to Financial Freedom, VanKTharp provides a concise yet powerful final reflection, serving as a summary and a lasting call to action for the aspiring independent trader. He reiterates the fundamental truth that true financial freedom through trading is a direct result of internal mastery and disciplined execution, not external market prediction. Tharp circles back to the core message that consistent profitability is achievable for anyone willing to put in the work to understand and apply the principles laid out in the book, particularly concerning psychology, system development, and most crucially, position sizing. The epilogue reinforces the concept that the journey to trading mastery is an ongoing one, emphasizing the importance of continuous self-assessment, learning, and adaptation. Tharp reminds readers that while the market is constantly changing, the underlying principles for success remain constant. He leaves the reader with a powerful message of personal responsibility and empowerment, stressing that the transformation from struggling trader to financially free individual lies entirely within their own hands. By consistently applying their well-defined trading business plan, cultivating impeccable self-discipline, and always focusing on managing risk first, traders can indeed build a life of freedom and abundance, not just in wealth, but in time and choice. It's a final encouragement to embrace the journey, trust the process, and commit to the ongoing evolution required for sustained trading excellence. Key takeaways. 1. Internal mastery is key. The Epilogue reiterates that financial freedom stems from the trader's internal psychology and disciplined application of principles, not market prediction. 2. Continuous journey. Tharp emphasizes that trading mastery is an ongoing process of learning, self-assessment, and adaptation to evolving market conditions. 3. Reinforced core principles. It brings back the critical importance of psychology, system development, and position sizing as the pillars for sustained success. 4. Personal empowerment. The concluding message underscores that the power to achieve financial freedom lies entirely with the individual trader's commitment to self-discipline and systematic execution. And there you have it, PowerBooks Nation. We've just navigated the revolutionary insights of Trade Your Way to Financial Freedom by VanKTharp. This isn't just a book about trading. It's a profound masterclass in transforming yourself into a disciplined, systematic, and truly independent trader. We've shattered the myths of chasing perfect entries, revealing that the real holy grail lies in mastering your psychology, developing a robust trading system, and most powerfully, understanding and applying the critical art of position sizing. Tharp has shown us that trading is a business, one where you control your risk, manage your decisions, and ultimately engineer your own financial destiny. If you're serious about taking control of your trading, building a consistently profitable business, and charting your own course to financial freedom, then Trade Your Way to Financial Freedom is an absolute must-read that will redefine your entire approach. Grab your copy via the link in the description below. Remember, here at PowerBooks, we live by the motto, knowledge is not power. The application of knowledge is power, and applying Tharp's wisdom will undoubtedly empower your trading journey. If this summary gave you the edge you've been searching for, make sure to smash that like button, subscribe to PowerBooks, and hit that notification bell so you never miss our next deep dive. Keep learning, keep applying, and keep trading your way to the freedom you deserve. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time.